Today I want to talk about a quest reward weapon. You get it very early after completing the War Within, and that is the Broken Scepter. Something I wanted to do. I wanted to go through and talk about like every quest weapon in the game. I think a lot of them are fun, and they have some pretty cool gimmicks that are fun to talk about, and they're worth the time because a lot of people might need builds and whatnot for the quest weapon they just got if they really like it. So I have two builds to show off. I'm going to have a baby build where if you just pulled this thing from your mailbox after the quest and it comes with a catalyst and it comes with a weapon slot and you want to start modding it right away, I have a build. And then if you really like it, I'll have a super duper endgame steel path build. So you can use it from the second you get it all the way till the end game. So I'm gonna go reset my combo counter here. Um, Before I show you the baby build first. The baby build's coming first because it's the most important. I gotta switch this to Motorai. My combo reset. All right, we switch back to Naramon. If you didn't know, Naramon basically gives you infinite combo. Um, every couple seconds, when your combo counter decays, it only goes down by 5 instead of getting nuked completely. So we do use that here. And these guys I got, they're level 50 Kuva Grenier. And that's about the level of enemy you'll be facing after you finish the War Within. So I figured it's a nice showcase here to just show this thing off. And one thing I will say about the Broken Scepter, it does a lot of impact damage, which is no bueno. But if you get your slide attacks in here, you do some good damage. I mean, this is pretty good for a weapon that you get for free, at that point in the game. You can obviously go do the Deadlock Protocol pretty early and get the Zorus, and that thing's a monster. I will talk about that at some point. But that's the baby build against level 50 Kuva Grenier, Those are those the strongest Star Chart enemies now? Um, I think they've been eclipsed by the Halvania Skuldra. Those guys are pretty tough, just base for new players, but it's going to be a long time before you get there from the War Within. So, it's a good weapon to pick up. So, that is the baby build. Now we will show you the Steel Path build. We'll get the Oracle group, Steel Path enabled, jack up the level, simulate those 20 guys. No peeking, no peeking. Swap builds. Oh, not weapons, swap builds. Boop. No peeking, don't pause. And this is just like an influence status only build. So it is death by 1,000 cuts with your electric procs. This thing has terrible crit stats. Um, Unless you get a Riven with like super jacked up crit chance and crit damage, I wouldn't recommend building this thing hybrid. It is raw status. It is death by 1,000 cuts. And we're done. If you didn't know the new gimmick, you can drain enemies once they die. You can suck a health orb out of them, and that's if it's an organic enemy. If it's a robotic enemy, you can suck energy orbs out of them. So that's pretty cool. I'll show you it right now. Robot Moa. Give me a Moa. Oh wait, clear Moa. Take off the steel path. Let's make them level 1. Hello? Level 1. Confirm. Alright, simulate that one singular Moa. Where's he at? Alright, he's dead. We drain him. We got an energy orb. Yay, 25 energy. Alright, build talk time. Let's go. So I'll talk about the baby build first. This is what I would run. This is a 0 form in it. You don't need a form to use this. You get the dash polarity there for free. And this is what you should be rocking. Once again, no crit mods, 10% crit with a 2 times multiplier. By itself, no, 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 no. There's obviously a lot of flat crit boosters in the game, but that's not the point of this video. This is just to talk about the Broken Scepter all by him lonesome. All her lonesome. It is the Kuva Queen's weapon. So I don't know. That's whatever. But raw damage, attack speed, reach. You want to hit as many people as possible. Spread your statuses around. I'm built for corrosive heat here with a Smite Grenier mod. If you want to like use this a lot with this specific build. You're obviously going to have to switch your elements around and stuff. When you're fighting the infested, you could probably keep this on and just put in smite the infested. When you're fighting the corpus, you definitely want to go to magnetic toxin. I also like blast toxin. I don't know how popular that is. I know a lot of people when they're making hyper specific corpus builds, they go for the magnetic toxin over blast toxin. But I kind of like blast toxin. I enjoy it a little bit. But this is the baby build. You just get this thing from your mailbox after finishing the War Within. You want to slap a bunch of mods in it. These are the mods to slap on. A little bit annoying, but obviously you will have to switch these out, all the elementals and the smites. But I do think this is like the best case scenario for this weapon, straight from your mailbox. Switching this to Corpus when you can, and switching these around for you don't even have to take these mods off. If you're like, hey, I want to go Blast Toxin or Magnetic Toxin, you can just switchy do. Boop, boop, boop. I mean, this is Radiation Toxin. This is also good. But that's what we got on. Corrosive Heat for the Grenier. I mean, you're going to be on the Kuva Fortress a lot and whatnot. So I think this slaps if you're early game. On to the Steel Path build. This is what we got going on here. Once again, this is a raw status weapon. Crit stats are horrible by itself. Don't build for it. IMO. Condition Overload. There's nothing else to say here. We have all three IPSs / Impact Puncture. We're building for Viral Electric. You're probably priming it with your pet as well. You'll have tons of statuses if you're playing in a squad. Condition Overload, very good. Weeping Woods and Elementalists. This gives us tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of status chance. Like I said, we need as many status procs as possible for this death by 1,000 cuts on the heavy units especially. More status chance per combo multiplier. Per kill, we get more status chance. And we get status damage. Our slash procs are going to be doing more. Our electric procs are going to be doing more. As for everything else, 60/60s for viral. I'm using the free dash polarity for shocking touch here. You could reforma in this and make it another 60/60 electric, but why not use the free dash? Your damage isn't suffering that much. Berserker Fury here for more attack speed. I think attack speed is king on like status weapons like this. You want to be inflicting your procs as fast as possible and as much as possible. And there we go. As for the very last mod I haven't mentioned yet, Spring Loaded Blade. This is here for range. It's a bit of the pain in the butt to get. I didn't feel like putting 2 Forma on this. I feel like that's asking for a lot for a quest weapon that most people might not even use that much. So this is kind of like here. If you like this and you want to use it a lot, I'm getting rid of Spring Loaded Blade. I'm putting another V polarity in, V, and I'm putting Primed Reach in there. That's if I wanted to put more form in it. I do not, but if you do, that's up to you. That's like the only upgrade this build could really get, TBH. And another Forma, for whatchamacallit, or 60/60 electric here. Those are like the only 2 upgrades I would make. But that's a lot of, it's a bit more investment than I'd like to put into this just for this video. But it's still a good melee weapon. As for loadout tips, run Naramon. You get free infinite combo multiplier, like I said earlier. As for pets, I would run a Sentinel that can hit lots of enemies and prime them. I know Nautilus is good for grouping, and then he shoots them all, and then they're all primed with elements. I'm impartial to Dorigia, the Tazcore. The Tazcore is a chaining beam. It all goes out and spreads these statuses all around. And then Dorigia has an ability called Arc Coil. He zaps a bunch of people, and that inherits the statuses from your weapon. So that spreads it all around with his Arc Coil, and it's very good. So that's what I'll be using when we hop into the Kuva. I almost said the Core Fortress, the Kuva Fortress Survival here. We got the Queen's Weapon, the Broken Scepter from the War Within, so why not show it off in the Kuva Fortress? I will see you there. Alrighty, here we are on the wonderful Kuva Fortress. Time to get crazy with our Broken Scepter here. Funny story, I just made an entire video on the Keshig because I thought the Keshig was the quest reward weapon from the War Within. I saw Kuva Staff Melee, and I was like, oh yeah, that's the one. That's the one I want to make a video on. and I put a Forma on it, and I put a Catalyst on it, and then I realized, I was like, wait a second. Quest weapons come with a Catalyst. Why did I just put one on it? So now I have a Keshe built and maxed out. A bit awkward, isn't it? But this thing's slapping. I know it's influence. I know a lot of people say this, influence kind of carries, but raw status weapon, it kind of has to. Boom, boom. And that's kind of what influence was originally meant for. Influence wasn't meant to be a band-aid for every weapon in the game. It was originally meant to be like, turn status weapons into monsters, and now we got this like actual monster of an arcane that you can just put on literally anything with viral electric and go to town. But this is its intended purpose on status weapons like this. So you can't give me any slack. You can't give me any naysaying for that. But I mean, no, this thing's pretty good. I don't really need the gimmick on Inaros. We'll use it for fun though. Where's the guy at? Let's get some press E to drain. Interact to drain. Can I drain? Can't drain these guys. What the heck? Oh well. We'll focus on keeping our life support up. I wonder how it's gonna do against the Acolyte. Is he gonna get chunked down by electric procs, or is it gonna be quite a while? Are we gonna be waiting here forever for anything to happen? I mean, it's not the worst weapon in the world. I do think they should just make it a hybrid weapon, to be honest, from the quest reward. I think it'd be a lot more enjoyable for people straight from the mailbox when they get it. Oh, I'm getting attacked by new logo. Sick. Double test. We get invaded by a bunch of Eximus, and we get to kill the Acolyte? What's better? Boom, boom, boom. I wish we could check, like, the weapon stats in-game. Oh my gosh, hi. Ancient Protector Specters. Now, those slap for mirror defense EDA weeklies and ETA. You've been using them when you got to protect the Flare when they're performing and the Halvanian defense. I love my Ancient Protector Specters there, and I love them in mirror defense and Deimos. They're very good. Boom, boom, boom. Here we go. Why are you guys getting stuck over here? Oh, it's because I'm inflicting radiation with my Sentinel. They're fighting and getting stuck. But no, we are absolutely chilling with this thing. The high status chance is nuts. We're at 100 kpm, the Broken Scepter. Boom, boom, boom. Can't say that for the new Sword and Shield that came out, huh? The attack and lug. I think I got close to 100 with that. I think I was right under. I don't know. Little disappointed with that. I know there's some silly stuff you can do with Mirage on it, because Mirage copies melee weapon projectiles, and you can do some funny stuff with her throwing 4 shields at enemies, so that's fun. But other than that, it's kind of let down by attack and lug. Another Grineer weapon, other than the Broken Scepter. Like I said, it does get hung up on the heavy enemies a little bit. But everything else, all the trash, it's absolutely shredded. Sentinel priming helps a lot. I'm not gonna normally I'm like, oh, the Sentinel primer isn't doing that much in like every other video, but for this specific weapon and this specific elemental build, it definitely helps. I would definitely recommend having some sort of primer. Back in the day, you would use the Kuva Nuke Core or the Tenet Cycron, but now you can just use your pets ever since all the pet changes. Okay, Torment. See how this goes. The big tester here. We'll just spam slide attacks. Alright. If I could hitch. Please? Yeah, this is going about. Oh. I was going about how I expected it. It's not a this is just like all status weapons. Okay, wait. We're getting some good procs here. Good slash and electric procs. Not half bad. Not the best. I think it would have been better with like a horde of enemies on top of them. If it's normally what happens in your Steel Path missions. There's just a horde of enemies on top of you and the Acolyte. and a lot of things chained together. They were stuck in these side rooms fighting each other because of my sentinel spreading radiation procs, but not bad, not terrible. Um, Use it if you get the Keshin. The Keshin, the Broken Scepter from the War Within. Dude, my brain's all mixed up. I'm thinking of the Keshig. I'm thinking of Keshin from the War Within. I'm thinking of the Broken Scepter. Thinking about how to kill the Acolyte faster. But no, that's it. That is the Broken Scepter from the War Within quest with its endgame Steel Path build, and it's okay. It's worth using. Um, if you wanted to use it from the second you get it, the War Within, and then use it until the Steel Path, it's definitely a clear path of progression with this melee weapon. So that's it for me. Get a little two in one there, I guess. I made a Keshik video and a Broken Scepter video, and never see the Keshik one ever. So that's it. See ya. Bye.